And welcome to the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal show. My name is Gabor, and today I thought I'm going to take a look at using some pedals in AmpliTube. So I should mention right from the start, this has all been provided to me by the awesome people at IK Multimedia. So they gave me a version of AmpliTube Max, I think it's called, the full version where you get everything. They also gave me the interface I'm using, which is the IK Multimedia Axe.io Solo, which is just over here. So just should mention that. Now, if there's any specific distortion pedals you want me to have a look at, let me know. But I'll just go through a couple that I like and just see how we go. So what I thought today is I want to start off with the Mudhoney. Now, where's the Mudhoney? There's the Mudhoney. Mudhoney is a pedal I quite like, and I thought, let's turn it off for now, it's noisy. Why not start off with that and see what it does and what it sounds like? And then also kind of compare it to this Mudhoney, which is an actual Mudhoney. You can also watch, Alex and I did a video of Mudhoney here, you can watch that. But I just thought, see how they sort of compare and try it into a few different amps in AmpliTube and see, you know, what difference it makes. Because one of the things I always got to remember with amp sims is, you know, this distortion pedal, if it goes into the Fender, it'll sound completely different to the Angle or the Marshall. Different amps will react differently to different distortion pedals, and it's the same thing in here. So I thought I'll check out a couple of different amps with the Mudhoney, and with the amps with the simulated Mudhoney and with the real Mudhoney, and see how we go. And like I said, if there's any distortion pedals you want me to have a look at, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can do a video of it. So what I thought first off to begin with is I'll just put this Mudhoney there. This is the default setting. I always like using the default setting just because it sounds really good. And then we're gonna compare it, everything at 12 o'clock on the sim Mudhoney and everything at 12 o'clock on the real Mudhoney, and then try different amps, like I said. Okay, let's start off with this guitar. So this is my Fano on this MG6. So this is now the guitar going through a tuner and which is the Strobo Stomp, Peterson Strobo Stomp, and the T-Rex Mudhoney into the Axe.io interface with the Z tone at about, let's say, 11 o'clock. I've got the JFET circuit on as well, and it's on a passive input, right? And this is the default setting, and it sounds like this, which I think sounds killer. So this is just the free thing. Haven't touched anything. I just, as always, turn the volume down a little bit because it's just usually a bit loud. So I find I also turn the volume down a bit. This is what the default setting sounds like. Now let's turn on the Mudhoney. Let's put everything at about 12 o'clock, set on 5. Let's put everything on 5. And the boost switch, oh, boost switch is off, down is off, I think. And here everything as well on this one. Let's put everything at 12 o'clock. And just see what it sounds like. Boost switch is also off. And just try that. I think it sounds great. So that's off. And that's on. Okay, now let's try the same thing with the real Mudhoney. I think with that, you've got to be careful with the levels going into it. I think it's overdriving the input a bit. It sounds a little bit different going directly, and you've got to be careful with the input gain and all that sort of stuff. But it sounds good. It sounds pretty good, I reckon. It's a bit more blown up. But not too bad. If you turn the level down a bit, it's pretty good. So that's, I think, similar. This one's got more gain. Is that off? Yeah, down is off. So I think this one's got more gain. That sounds pretty cool. Actually, let's see what happens if we crank the input gain. Actually, probably sounds better if you kind of hit the front of it quite hard. Okay, let's go the simulated Mudhoney. I think it sounds really good. Okay, let's turn the boost on. And let's crank the gain. Why not? Okay, let's do the same. Boost on, crank. It's a lot more blown out. I think the one in here sounds great. That's my phone. Well, that was my phone. Okay, I think it sounds pretty cool. Now let's try this again. Let's put this back to about 12 o'clock. Boost off. Boost off. And I mean, it'll sound vastly different into a different amp. So that was just the default setting. Let's try clean stuff, right? So let's go to the clean amps. Let's go into something like a 65 Reverb Deluxe Reverb, Fender Deluxe Reverb, right? I mean, that's like one of these sort of ultimate clean kind of amps that lots of people use. Let's turn the reverb down a bit more. But I mean, that's much, much cleaner than what the other thing was. Let's move that more. Because the mics always move when you change speakers. That sounds pretty good. That's just a sort of fairly generic clean sound. Let's try that now. Same, exactly the same, everything at 12 o'clock. Quite a different sound, so we need more tone for that. So you know what I mean? Like you get a completely different sounding drive pedal, so we need more gain in this thing. Many other amp had some more gain. Let's try the thing where we actually use the level to push the amp into overdrive. That sounds pretty cool. Now let's try the same thing on here. So we've got tone up a bit. Let's almost crank the gain, not quite, almost. Let's turn it up a little bit and see what that sounds like. So clean again. Much more similar than what the other one was, maybe a bit darker. See, into the Deluxe Reverb, Deluxe Reverb, it sounds pretty similar. This is louder. But very similar. Much more similar. Okay, let's try the same thing again on here. Boost on, same setting just with the boost on. So here's what boost on. So the pedal seems to have more gain. But still the tone is very similar, I think. Okay, let's go back to the old everything at 12 o'clock thing. And let's try a different amp. Just for something different again. So we had a Marshall style one, we had a Fender style one. Let's go for something completely different, I reckon. Let's go for something like, what about this one? JH120, like an old Sun amp kind of thing. Right, so without, hang on, let's turn it off. With the pedal off, what does it sound like? There's a lot of reverb, let's turn it off, and it's very quiet. Very different sound. This is a 2x12 now. Again, all you got to do often is just put the mic more into the center of the thing, and that brightens the sound up a bit more. That's a very interesting sounding amp. I don't think I've ever really tried this one, but I mean, that's very flat, nothing there kind of sound. Okay, let's try that. Everything at 12 o'clock. Very different sound. Okay, let's try the same thing. Gain on just about full. let's swap guitars. Why not? Let's just check that out. Sire L7. If you pretend that we're dead. That song from L7. Anyway. Okay, let's try the same setting. Bad, I know, not funny. So I mean, very different sound again, and the gain structure is completely. Tone is very similar, but it responds a little bit different. And it's way louder. Sounds cool though, there's a lot of bottom end that amp. Okay, let's try one last amp. I mean, this is just a quick look sort of to see, you know, what the difference is really between the pedal and the real pedal and the simulated pedal. Let's try one last amp. Let's go into something a little bit, maybe slightly more of a driven again. Let's go to the crunch settings. What about something? Is a HiAmp, is that different again? Is that very different to a Sun amp? I don't know. I mean, a high watt. Quite a different sound again. Super clean. Okay, let's just do this again. So to me, that's probably the best sounding one out of them all so far. That and the Deluxe Reverb maybe were, I think, the two best sounding ones. Although the first one, they all sounded good, but different. See, the thing is with this, if I turn the level up, it kind of pushes the preamp in the interface, whereas there I can turn the level up and it gets louder. So there's volume issues, but I mean the tone is very similar. Well, that was a quick look at the Mudhoney, T-Rex Mudhoney, couple of different guitars, couple of different amps, comparing it with the real Mudhoney. What are your thoughts? Let me know while I'm lowering my chair. What are your thoughts? And are there any other specific pedals on here? I mean, there's tons. I'm definitely going to do the OCD because I've got an OCD back there. I think the Overdrive, I think that's based on is it like a Boss Super Overdrive? Is that what it's based on? I guess I'll do that. Such distortion, I think it's a modded DS1. I've got one of those, the Ambassador, the Marshall Governor, I've got one of them. Don't have that tube overdrive, but I've got oh, you can't see it. I've got a rack mount version of it. Maybe I'll do a test with that. What else is there that I actually have? You know, like a Big Pig, Big Muff. Ooh, that's sounding interesting. I got one of those. I guess it's like a tube screamer kind of thing. We can do that. There are a few others, aren't there? Fuzz. Oh yeah, fuzzers. Yeah, maybe. Aren't there any other drive pedals that no, well, that must be it. So, metal distortion. Hey, yeah, we'll do one of them too, maybe. Comparing pedals on here with the real thing. Let me know if there's any particular ones you want me to look at. Some distortions, maybe some delays and modulation stuff as well. Okay, because there's the, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, the ZVEX stuff, I've got both the Seek Trem and the Sequoia. I might do that. In the Fender stuff, I do have the Fender Blender. I have one of them. And the 63 Reverb pedal, I wonder if that's somewhat based on a Boss 63 Reverb pedal, because there's a different reverb thing in here as well. So I might just check that out. Any OnePlus stuff? No, I don't have them. Full tone, OCD. Slash. No, I don't have any of those. Oh, Slash, I guess the delay. I think that's based on a DD3. Is that a DD3? I think it's possibly DD3 or DD2. I've got both. Yeah, so check out some of those, and I'm sure the AmpliTube ones, there's a bunch that are... I mean, Alex has got an Electric Mistress. I might grab that. Octava. You know, any of that stuff. Let me know, comments below, if there's any particular pedals you want me to have a look at. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, if you want to see more of these videos or not. And please make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. About 90% of the people watching these videos are not subscribed. So if you do subscribe, that helps the channel out a lot. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to IK Multimedia. Thank you so much to Sire Guitars and Fano Guitars. Yeah, and Peterson Strom tuners. And my voice, you hear it through a LEWITT LCT440 Pure. Hello, LEWITT people. Yeah, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.